Good morning. I just wanted to get on here because I feel that um, I wanted to say something because of I was listening to this a creator, and they wanted to move on and they're not doing content anymore, which they were talking about it. They want to get into their spirit life, in their worship life, which I get, and I understand that. I totally understand, but um, for me, for my mental health, for myself, I feel like I get a little bit, I would say, addicted to the content to watch. Like, oh, what's coming up now? It's like an addiction, and I don't want to be that way. I don't want to get so enthralled with social media that I get addicted to it. And I think I have a tendency to do that. I think I have a tendency to do that because I know since I've been home, I've been, watching things on social media. I really haven't even been watching any apps or shows. I've been just watching social media, social media, social media. And to see like things, and then even sometimes I need to cut down even watching it when I try to go to sleep. I need to stop that. So when I found out that this content creator was not going to do lives anymore, and the content that she is just, not going to do the content anymore, I just like, okay, I know she was dealing with her fasting and stuff like that, with her prayer life, which I get, I totally understand. But it's like, why so abrupt? For people that listen to your content, of course they're going to want to know more. And I feel that way. I think maybe with this particular subject matter, I think that maybe she was told not to do it anymore, or there will be a consequence. I think that may be the case because the subject matter is kind of, big, and they're coming after, a lot of times in some cases, they come after creators, which I totally understand her kind of shutting down the channel and the content, which I totally get, because they're doing things in social media now where they're silencing people. They're telling people, if you keep doing this particular subject matter, we're going to try to put a suit out, you know. So I get it, but it's like, I believe that for that case, you should be transparent and say, well, I'm just not going, it's my spiritual, my whatever my prayer life or whatever is going to be, I'm going to continue with that, in my ministry or whatever. Fine, you fine, well and good, but also just be honest with your listeners and just say, look, I don't want to, I don't want the people to come and after, me about the content. I don't want YouTube to come after me about this certain subject matter. So I'm just going to delete my channel. You know, I've known that it happened to a few creators back in the day when I used to watch one creator and they used to do very deep stuff, like very deep stuff. And you got some that still do it, but they're not, their things are not monetized. They know that, but they don't care. They keep their, you know, they're not on the thing. They just show different clips of stuff, and they just maybe explain it through not dialogue, but through captions and stuff. But they still do their content, but sometimes they take breaks. But I think with this particular one, they really are trying to, shut down people and not, to silence people, and they don't want this content to be coming out. So that's why I think that she, decided not to continue, which I can understand that too. But my thing is just to be honest and not to have people question, like why, everybody's going to question. Like, why are you okay? And the person's attitude was like, well, like that we're bothering her. Like, oh, well, you're not coming on, because they were supposed to come on at a certain time and they were late. And she comes on for like maybe not even 10 minutes, 4 minutes tops to explain, look, I'm doing this. I'm not going to do any more content anymore. I'm doing this, and this is my spiritual journey. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing any more content anymore. And that's that. And then she hangs up. And I'm like, well, you're still leaving people hanging, And when I feel that that's happening, I said, there's something else that she's not saying. That they're not saying. I don't even want to get into who it is, but I'm just saying it's something else. And then people are in the comments saying, well, it's something else, and I knew that they would get to her, and I knew that person, and I'm like, and I emailed them and I told them, I said, I understand you not continuing. That's totally understandable, but there's a lot of people in the comments saying all of this other stuff and gossiping, see. And I'm going to tell them, I said, those people were not true. And sometimes I wonder with these people in these content and these chats, they're people that are for that other person that she's talking about. That they're just there to see what's going on. Because they have people that go out and look at these channels and see what's going on, and then they report back to that person. They do that. It's called, I guess, their publicists, whatever. They do that. They have people that do that. They pay people, social media people, to look at all the content to see what's what and who's saying what, and then they go back and report, or they show it to the legal team or whatever. It happens. People know a lot. So that's why I'm wondering why it's more so that. But anyway, I don't know why last night I could not sleep. I felt like this was something that was troubling me. And I just, when things like that happen, you always ask why, you know. Like we have my friend's son always wants to ask why for things. Like if something, he always questions why, And I feel that there's always a why. Why are you doing this? It must be something else. So that's what I wanted to say. Well, that's why with me on whatever my channel, I just use it to talk. I don't have any subscribers. There may be 2 on there. Who knows? Nobody is on my channel. I just use it as a way to help talk to people. If people come on, fine. If they don't, that's fine too. Yep. You have a good day. All right. Bye.